Good day, MoBuzzers. It's June 26, 2008, and I'm wondering where the hell is Matt? But first, let's talk about the power of breasts for a moment, shall we? I know it's been a while since you've seen some on the Daily Buzz, so it's time we showed some. They are a powerful force for men and somewhat of a bother for some women. But what if you could harness that power of a woman's chest? Would it be enough to, say, power an iPod? Well, Adrienne So of Slate.com thinks that it is possible. She's been doing some research to develop a bra that generates enough power for moving boobs to power such devices. So let's have a quick look at this research for one moment, shall we? We have a model here to demonstrate. Now this is coming from Lejeune Lawson, who's been studying breast movement since 1985. And she's figured out there's basically three axes of movement. First, we have the left to right. Second, we have the forward to back motion. And thirdly, which is apparently the most important, the up to down or the vertical axis movement. Now, the most power is generated by this vertical axis movement and is probably why most men nod their heads as women are jogging by. So, to harness that power, one idea is to use Professor Wang's nanowires technology. Yes, that's right. Wang has been developing this at Georgia Tech, and even though there are problems with washing the bra with nanowires in them, depending on the size of the cup, a woman could generate enough power to charge an iPod, for instance, while jogging. Now, it's just an idea at this point, but it has potential apparently. And just think, if we could power our cars by the jiggling jugs, what a wonderfully clean world it could be. The popular short message platform Twitter has been having a number of problems recently. I mean, the site's been down, many services are unstable, and it seems that it is falling under its own weight of popularity. Now, something needed to happen fast before this gem of a service died from getting too big too quickly. Well, in walk Bayan Sabet with Spark Capital in Boston and Jeff Bezos of Bezos Expeditions in Seattle. They have brought in another round of investment to the existing investing partners of Union Square Ventures in New York City and Tokyo-based Digital Garage, who have also exercised their rights to participate in this round again as well. And I'd say they'd be crazy not to, seeing as how Twitter is being dubbed the new killer app, like email. So hopefully with this round, they will be able to get some more stability in the service, and we won't have to see that annoying Twitter bird as much anymore when the site is down. Next bit of business, ICANN-register.anything. Well, that's what's being proposed in Paris, France this week during the annual meeting of ICANN. It stands for the Internet Corporation for Assigned Names, and basically, they're the guys in charge of standards for what can and cannot be registered in a .com or .internet domain. Now they have a proposal which is going to be voted on to allow anyone to register a .whatever they want domain. So you could have, for instance, .love, .funny, or even .google if you want to make some quick cash. Now the vote will happen this week, but even if they vote no, I've got a little tip for you. You can still register your own .name domain name. The only thing I will say about how to do this is shadow web. Now the rest of you are going to have to figure it out for yourself, or wait until the proposal is passed. Now, it wouldn't be a MoBuzz show without a little bit of mobile news now, would it? Now, apparently mobile giant Nokia is buying over 90% of the Symbian Foundation. Now, Symbian is the popular OS for many mobile phones and has been the default OS for many Nokia handsets, as well as Sony, Ericsson, Panasonic, and Siemens. Now, Symbian is currently owned by Nokia together with a number of other companies, such as Microsoft, Linux, Apple, and Panasonic, just to name a few. Now, this is another Nokia takeover and a software shopping spree, including, but not excluding, Places, the popular geolocation service from Berlin, Germany. Now, the great news is that Nokia intends to turn Symbian into a truly open source platform, greatly improving development. Now, people are speculating that this move is a response to Google's open source mobile OS called Android, which has been seeing more delays before its official release later this year. So, it looks like the battle for open source on the mobile has begun. Symbian versus Android. Who's going to win? And speaking of battles, the RoboGame 2008 took place in San Francisco, California a couple weeks ago. For the past few years, students, engineers, and robot enthusiasts from all over the world have gathered to battle it out with their cyborg creations. There are tournaments in everything from sumo wrestling to football to humanoid challenges. Now, the humanoid challenges look so much like gymnastics, but with robots, and it's really amazing to watch how graceful they can be. Now, this year, over 500 robots from 19 countries were competing for medals. The results were that USA won really big in combat, China was best in soccer or football, depending on where you're from, and Singapore was really great at sumo wrestling. Taiwan, interesting enough, trounced in humanoid challenges. But overall, America won with 32 gold, 34 silver, and 27 bronze. But to be fair, they did have the home field advantage. Finally, where the hell is Matt? Some of you may remember the famous viral video of the guy dancing. No, not that one. I'm talking about the guy who was dancing in countries all over the world, filming himself doing it. His name was Matt Harding, a games developer who had had enough of his bubbled life and dreamt of seeing the world. Last year, he made viral advertising history when Stride Gum sponsored him on a trip around the world to continue his dancing antics in the most exotic areas. Well, Stride Gum has stepped up to the plate and sponsored another trip for Matt, allowing him to travel 14 months to over 42 countries for his latest edition. This time, however, because of all the emails he got from people, he decided it would be a good idea to have them dance with him. So, to close everything off, I give you Matt Harding dancing with his friends around the world, and I wish you a really great day.